So, hey guys, welcome to our Capstone podcast where we're going to talk about our topics and things that we research over the course of a couple weeks, I guess. We have Riley here.
And Dayton,
and we're going to be talking about, like, the brain and, like, disorders that people have. So, do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my topic is brain disorders like OCD and ADHD. And Riley, you want to go ahead and introduce your topic?
My topic is procrastination.
All right. So,
Okay.
why are you studying that topic?
Well, basically, I suffer drastically from procrastination, as we can all tell. And I just thought that, if I understood more about procrastination in ways that I can, stop it, then maybe it would help me in the future with things that I need to get done.
Yes.
And so, why are you studying your ADHD brain?
So I'm studying OCD and ADHD because both of those run in my family and always kind of interested me. And I kind of wanted to know the common denominator with all that. So that's what I did.
So what's, a really interesting fact that, you learned from your research?
I learned that not only does this disorder, affect your everyday life with just, the way you act and stuff, but it actually affects, your physical material. Your brain is built different than everybody else's, which I thought was cool. OCD, you have more gray matter, and you don't have the links that the process in your brain to eliminate bad thoughts as much as everybody else does, so you tend to hold on to those thoughts more than everybody else, which I thought was pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
What's a fun fact about procrastination that you found out?
So I did this survey about procrastination, and it was a lot of people in high school, they are worried about failure or not being enough with school and everything, and everyone kind of shares the same procrastination, and so they don't want to do work that they have to do. Or I looked up the question why do we procrastinate, and so basically it's linked with stress and anxiety, and people who procrastinate tend to have higher levels of stress.
Okay. And there are 4 different types of OCD, which I did not know that before researching this. There's contamination and mental contamination, which is kind of you're obsessed with things being disorganized, which is a common one that most people think that everybody with OCD has, but that's not true. And so they can't stand clutter or they're kind of germaphobes. And then mental contamination, they try to move the thoughts in their brain out instead of they feel their brain is clogged, which is interesting. Symmetry and ordering, which is another kind of similar to the contamination part of the one before, and it was having to have everything organized, not with the dirty stuff, they just want things in order, which is also one that people get confused with just having OCD in general. And then ruminations and intrusive thoughts, which is where your brain processes things differently, which is all of OCD, but you especially with this one because you can't get the bad thoughts out of your head. And then hoarding, which means you're just obsessed with...
that show,
yes.
Where people the hoarding is?
Yeah.
Do you think germaphobes are OCD?
Yeah, I think being a germaphobe comes from having OCD. I don't think all germaphobes have OCD, but I think that it's definitely caused by OCD.
So, did you, take a test to see which one you were?
No, I did not.
No. Which one do you think you'd be?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't have it as severe as most of these describe, but I'd say, intrusive thoughts. Just, which is, I think everybody has intrusive thoughts.
Oh, yeah,
but,
we do.
And mental contamination. I just try to, order my brain, and I feel it's clogged.
Yeah.
So, I don't know which one I would be, but those are all very interesting.
Also, when I was studying procrastination, I also looked in, the sleeping, not sleeping, but, you know what I mean, sleep and procrastination. So, basically, there's this thing called revenge sleep procrastination, which is when you, instead of sleeping, you're up doing something. And so, you're eating into that time that you should be sleeping. And, it comes from a Chinese derivative. I did not know that.
I do that where I eat away at my time to sleep.
I know, and then you wake up and you're just like tired.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a part of procrastination.
It is. I didn't know that either. And
Yeah.
so and so this, if you do it so much, it does lead to like sleep deprivation and insomnia. And,
We learned a lot about sleep deprivation.
oh, I know. I was asleep for it though.
Oh, okay.
And
So you can develop insomnia from.
so if you have a very severe like case of procrastination where you cannot sleep, you're just like doing things other than like sleeping. Let's say like I think people who have like severe ADHD are deprived of insomnia. So like my dad, he goes off like 4 hours of sleep at night. And I'm like, how do you do that? Like, I cannot do that. And he is just wired so differently. And it's like, makes you think, like, how people are wired.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I
nice.
know.
That is interesting. I have to have like 12 hours of sleep to function the next day.
I know.
Insomnia can come from OCD as well.
Oh,
Because,
yeah. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Yes. You like obsess over thoughts. So when you do that, your brain can't really go to bed.
So, like, overthinking?
Yes.
Oh, I overthink all the time.
Yes, like that. It's like your brain is constantly, and that's also from other factors, but like OCD, people can't go to bed because they're just stressing all the time,
Mm-hmm.
or like they'll wake up and see something's unorganized. Like they can't go to bed if their pens aren't in the right order or if their clothes aren't put up, which is honestly a good habit to have. But
And lucky, but... Mm-hmm.
yeah, it would be nice, but so they lose sleep because of all of those factors.
Do you think, like, overthinking is, like, a disorder? Because, like...
I think it's a habit, not a disorder.
Yeah.
Because I think it can be part of a disorder, but it's not like a disorder itself. Like, I overthink a lot of things, but it's not a disorder.
Yeah.
And you said procrastination is a disorder, not a disorder, it's a habit.
It's a habit, yeah. Like... Okay, so we're going to take a little turn in our podcast for today, and we're going to focus on, like, social media and how, like, our topics relate to that. So, within procrastination, many people procrastinate work or school or their chores, and so an escape from all that would be social media, I would say. Like, if you're just like, I don't want to do my schoolwork right now, I'm going to lay down and, like, scroll on my phone for a little bit and you end up falling asleep. Oh no, you gotta wake up and do like your schoolwork or whatever. I struggle with that a lot. Like, it's unhealthy the way I struggle with it. But and then I just think that social media, like, you know, takes over a lot of what we do in our daily lives.
I agree with that. I think social media is a lot of the reason that I don't get stuff done on time. Well, I get it done on time, just not in the earliest amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But social media also can have a bad effect on people with OCD and ADHD because ADHD, you're hyperactive and attention deficit, so you're all over the place, and that can be a common issue. And then OCD, you can obsess over, you know, mental image or the thoughts or the ideas that social media can falsely give you.
You know, that's such like a big part in our world too, because like marketing and like social media influencers are such a big part in like our lives and how we see things.
Yes, I agree.
That's just crazy. Like, think about it in like 30 years, it's gonna be so different.